This conference will now be recorded.
So this is the second session that we are connecting for a Power BI. As part of first session, so we had a discussion regarding what is Power BI, what is the purpose of Power BI, and why we require that. What are the different? Who are the different competitors? What is the general life cycle of a report? And what are the different components or different products that we have in Power BI? What we are going to cover as part of this course is covered, and as part of this session, like we are going to see how to download and install a Power BI desktop, and how to load the data, and how to create a visualizations. We are going to observe in next 20 minutes of time. So to download and install a Power BI desktop, you just need to go to Power BI website first. Power BI website, there you have a products, Power BI desktop we have. And whenever you click on this one download, now you have download now option is there. After going to products, Power BI desktop, you have an option called download now. It will automatically download a 64-bit version of a Power BI desktop. Similarly, whenever you click on advanced download options, it is going to give you an option like to download either 32-bit or 64-bit version of a software. So click on download here. You will have an option 64, 32. You can select a 64. Click on download. So whenever you click on download, the Power BI desktop software is going to download it here. So now, once the software is downloaded, you can double click on it. Then after a click, next, click on yes. Then after next, accept, next, next, and install. So you don't need to configure anything, you don't need to provide any settings, you don't need to set any environment variables. You just need to click on next, 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 and finish. Now the installation is done. So I selected a launch Microsoft Power BI desktop. So whenever I click on finish, the Power BI desktop window will be opened. So now I opened Power BI desktop. Pranit, I opened Power BI desktop, and when I open this one, I got this phone. Okay. So you just need to click on a blank report. Whenever you click on a blank report, you are getting this window. So this is the area where we are going to work on report development. So from here, you are going to connect with the data, you are going to perform a transformation, you are going to create a model, you are going to create a report, everything. So now this is the place we are going to learn, or we are going to work on a Power BI. Now, once you open a Power BI desktop, if you want to load the data, or if you want to connect the data with the Power BI, you are going to use a get data option. If you have a data, we can choose any one of these options and we can connect it to the data source. If you don't have the data, then you can use a help examples, sample data, load sample data. As for this class, you can go with the sample data from help. You can select a table that you have, financials, and click on load. So I just opened a Power BI desktop. I'm just loading a sample data from help, examples, sample data, and I selected a financials option that we have. Now, now, once the data is loaded, the data will be there under data. Once the data is loaded, the data will be available here. And data means the list of tables that you loaded will be displayed under a data here. As of now, I loaded one table. One table contains these columns. We can see that we can see observed from data. So in Power BI, the list of tables that you loaded can be verified or observed from data section, which is available here. The next one is visualizations. These are the list of default visualizations that we have in Power BI. You can take the help of these visualizations and this data together and you can create your visualizations. So these are the default visuals that you have. So then after here you have a three sections are there, four sections. First one is a report view. The second one is a table view or data view. The third one is relationship view, and then after DAX query view, you have a four views are there. And by using a relation report view, you can create a multiple pages here, and in each page you can create a multiple visualizations. Like you can create now, you can create a visualization by selecting a bar chart, by performing a drag and drop. By performing a drag and drop, you can create a visualization. Similarly, you can select other visualization and you can perform a drag and drop. Similarly, on the other pages also, like you can perform a drag and drop here. That is how, like we are going to create a visualizations. These visuals you can create under a report tab, report view. Okay, and the next one is a data view. A data view is nothing but we can see the data associated with the table. So as of now, financials was loaded. From financials, we can observe the data. Similarly, if you have any other table also, when you click on the table, you can see the data associated with that. That is what like a data view. The third one is like a model view. Here we are going to create a relationship between the tables. We are going to create a relationships. We are going to integrate a multiple sources here. DAX query view, which is nothing but here we can write a DAX like from the data model that we loaded. So these are the different views that we have. In the interview, they will ask a question. In some people, like out of 10 interviews, 3 people will ask you a question. What are the different views that we have? There are four views are there. Those are report view, data view or table view, relationship view, DAX query view. Actually, DAX query view is one of the new feature. Previously, only we used to have these three things. Even if you address first three, that is okay. Even if you cover this one also, that is also okay. Report view, we are going to create a visualizations. Data view, we can see the data associated with the table. Model view, we can create a relationship between the tables. DAX query view, where we are going to create a DAX, we are going to derive DAX expressions here. Now, other than these things, Power BI desktop has one more option called transform data. A transform data is nothing but whenever you click on transform data, you are going to get a one more window called query editor, Power Query Editor. So Power Query is nothing but this one. Like you can clean your data, you can reshape your data, you can like transform the data based on your interest here. In this scenario, I want only I want only like a segment, country, product, sales, year, month name. I require only these things. And similarly, I require the country only United States. Similarly, I require a segment as mid market. So you can filter based on your interest. I want to see the sales which are having a more than 10,000, mm, greater than or equal to 10,000. Okay, and I want to see the sales only of 2014. So this is how you can apply a filters. You can remove the columns, and we have a lot of options are there. As it is a initial session, I just showcased only filtering a of rows, filtering of a columns I showcased. But we have a lot of transformations are here based on your interest. You can perform based on the requirement. We are going to perform. So this is the area where we are going to perform transformations without writing SQL code. With a right click, left click only, we are going to do all the operations. You don't need to write a code. Once you are done with everything, you just need to apply, close and apply. And whenever you click on close and apply, like the changes are applied here, you can observe that we have only 5 to 6 columns are available here. And similarly, you can see the data associated with the table based on our transformation that we performed. The filter data is getting displayed here, and you can use this one for your report creation. So in Power BI desktop, these are the main windows. One is get data, to establish a connection with the data or to load the data into Power BI. Get data will be used. Once you get the data will be available here. Here you can see only table name, column names, and you have a default visualizations here. And you are going to create a visualizations under report tab where you can create a multiple pages. Each page you can have a multiple visuals you can create. That is all about a visualizations and report view. Data view, you can see the data associated with that table. Relationship view, we can see the relationships here, or we can create a relationships here. DAX view, you can create a DAX measures here. So these are the different views that we have in Power BI desktop. Now, this Power BI desktop, I am going to cover as a four different modules. Four different modules. One is one is data sources. The second one is transformations or Power Query. The third one is visualizations. Visualizations and remaining all together as a one module. So how to connect with SQL Server, how to connect with a Snowflake, how to connect with Excel or CSV, what are the advantages, disadvantages, what type of different connection that we have, we are going to cover in one module. All the transformation that we have here, that is entire this window, that will be covered as another module. All the visualizations and when to use, how to use, what is the purpose, that is another module. Three modules. Other than that, remaining all together, we are going to cover as one module. So now, today, we are going to start with one module called visualizations. We are going to start this one now. Before I start continuing this one, before I start my first module, anyone has any questions so far, whatever I covered? Anyone has any questions? If you have a question, unmute and proceed. And if you don't have a question, mention no in the chat. Ashwini, any questions so far?
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, fine. So we are going to start module 1 now. So I request you to rejoin now once again for the I want to have a separate video for this one. So let's